Episode 6, Bodybuilding Chef. We had a really good day yesterday. I ended my day with like just over an 800 calorie deficit. Did 45 minutes of cardio. I was looking just for a target burn of 480 calories. Got it knocked out. And then usually my dinner is similar to my breakfast, where it's 80 grams of oats and a container of egg whites, but I reduced my protein to where it's half a container of egg whites, so 25 grams of protein, and then 8 slices of white bread. I dip them in the egg white with some vanilla extract mixed into it. With that vanilla extract, I also add sucralose for sweetener, and then I put it in a non-stick pan and cook it like standard French toast. So it's pretty great, pretty simple recipe. It's like any other French toast. It's just because it's with egg whites and white bread, there's no real fats in it. And I don't consume a lot of fats currently on the diet. We're gonna get the pan warming up to number 5 with a large-ish pan. Yesterday I had my bigger pan, but it's so old that the non-stick characteristic of it is almost completely gone. I preferred using a larger pan so that way I can cook more egg whites and not put my egg whites in my oats anymore. But that pan, it was like really sticky still because of because of how old it is. And it kind of messed my omelet up, and I prefer my omelet be pretty. So I threw the pan away. I got to get a new pan this weekend. So I'm going to keep putting half a container of egg whites in my oats, half a container for the omelet. It's still the same macros for breakfast, but it's just in a different form, but it should work out pretty good. All right. So cup of egg whites, cup of oats, cup of egg whites, and 4.5 ounces of chicken breast. While this is heating up, I'm going to get my onion chopped. I use this onion in my lunches for my meal prep, and I also use it in my omelet. So I only eat about half an onion a day. And then I get all my other veggies in with my lunches. Yesterday was pretty good. Had a really good workout. I expected after my deload to be a little bit weaker. Just for instance, if you train for like 8 weeks or a block of training and you progressed an exercise, let's say from 60 pounds to 100 pounds for reps, then after taking a break because you haven't trained, the exercise might feel a little bit alien. And it's very typical and normal to have your strength go down just from what I call a lack of practice with that weight. That's what I tell my clients all the time. So I expect after a deload to feel really good, but I expect my strength, if I was on a 100-pound exercise, to restart it at 80, which is higher than where I started the last block of training. And if I can add another 40 pounds of progress, I'd end that block of training with 120. So over time, I'm getting like 20 pounds stronger every 2 months. And by the end of the year, I've maybe gotten 120 pounds stronger in total. And we know that it's not 100% about strength, but getting stronger over time will lead to muscle growth. The standard expression of progressive overload, adding strength, weight, reps, effort over time will lead to muscular adaptation that we see as muscle growth and muscle thickness. So I'm trying to do that, but after my break, the exercise I would have done 100 on, I was able to do like 125, right? I was stronger after my deload than I was when I ended my training block, which is amazing. That doesn't happen often, but it's a very clear sign that, okay, at the end of my training block, I was very tired. My body needed that break, and it responded with that as a reward of, hey, look, you're stronger, you feel good. Veins were popping. I was looking veiny, right? Muscles really full. The pump was great. I was able to connect with my muscles really well in all the exercises. The exercises didn't feel like I was just moving weight. It felt like I was genuinely just stronger and more capable. And that's exactly what you want to see after a deload. You want to feel refreshed. I was so excited to train for the first time in my life. I actually had a dream the night before about working out. Like, that is the most meathead thing ever. And I was very excited, and that training session was wonderful. So today it's leg day, and then our off day is on Wednesday. We're going to see how my leg day goes. It might go to the same tune. It might go the way I expected originally, to be a little weaker and progress past where I ended my last training session. I got, what do I got today? I do biceps on my leg days just to get extra bicep volume. You already hit biceps on your back exercises, but by the end of my full upper body day, I've just done so much that it's really hard to get motivated to finish off those bicep exercises. So I give myself the night off and I do biceps the following day. So I still end up hitting biceps twice a week on top of the back days. I hit triceps twice a week along with all the pressing I do. And then I hit legs twice a week. So every muscle group on my body, I found the best frequency for me is to hit it about twice a week. More than that, I feel like I'm not prioritizing other muscles. And less than that, I feel like I get flat. So that's kind of how I do it. You know, and muscle fullness can be a sign of, you know, progress, but it's not the only thing you should go off of. Sometimes you're in a diet, you're doing a lot of cardio, you're not eating a lot of carbs. So after you train legs and you deplete those carbohydrate sources, it's not always the case that they'll fill back out. So you can't always go off of just that one measurement. You do need to examine a lot of different things when you're training, especially on a cut, to sort of predict and make assumptions about where you're at. If you only go off of one measurement and that measurement isn't just right that day, you know, it may be likely that you feel like you're not making progress, and you always want to be excited about where you're going and what you're doing. So that's just a little thought of mine that I'm having now. I'm gonna put, so we got a 1/4 cup of Rotel tomatoes, a little bit of the onion for that onion flavor. The rest of the onions are going to be going in our dressing for our lunches. I do the taco bowls, like I always say. I recorded yesterday's, but didn't upload it. The video ran a little too long, and I don't want to make the videos too long. I have 0 views right now, but, you know, for the interest that someone might go and watch them, you know, I want to make them, you know, a bit tolerable. It's kind of crazy to see a video that long and go, damn, I got to watch this. I don't know if I'm like everyone else, but when I watch YouTube, I just let it go in the background. YouTube Premium benefits. And I can, you know, turn my phone off and listen to a podcast while I just go handle other tasks. It's not the case that everything on YouTube needs to be engaged with visually. A lot of it nowadays is just auditory. You can just listen, unless there's like graphics or something. So we did 5 minutes to cook the oats. We're gonna do another 5 minutes to cook the egg whites. We got to cut up this chicken breast and get it in the pan while it's still cooking so I can get the chicken breast heated up. I don't enjoy anything, right? I dislike when my food in a dish that is meant to be warm is cold. I don't think anybody likes cold food when it's supposed to be warm. Like cold pizza, I don't know how people do that. That is not my jam, not even close. Something about cold pizza just seems wrong. I have to be like really desperate to eat to not take the moment to heat it up. All right, so 4.5 ounces, that was 6. Let's take that slice off. Maybe these slices. It's always kind of like a guess to see what I got to do to make the weight right. There we go, on the spot. All right, we're just gonna chop this down fine so we're not left with big hunky meaty bits. I like being able to just eat my food with just a spoon or fork and just use the edge of the spoon or the fork to cut it. Having to use like a knife just means another dish for me to wash. I do like steak though, so you know you gotta use a knife for that. All right, 4.5 ounces of chicken going in. Just scatter around in the plates. So once I start to see the egg white get a little bit thicker, that's when I turn the heat down a little bit from 5 to 4. So I go from medium to high, medium, medium, high. And luckily, just clean the floor. So 10-second rule, right? Whatever that rule is that we used to whatever. It's good. Okay. And then we got 28 grams of cheddar cheese to add. And then breakfast is almost done. I feel like I'm getting more and more efficient. Since I haven't changed my recipe, I don't have to relearn my rhythm. I just kind of bump and go and get things done. I like when things are like that. I also like variation in my diet on occasion, but you have to put more thought into it, and sometimes I just feel like eating and not thinking. So today I'll have this. I got to go run to the supplement store to get more of that NutriBio EAA that has the focus supplements in it that I've really become fond of. And then I'll eat my second meal at around 12 or 1. And then I'll have my my third meal, my pre-workout meal. If I have it at 1, I'll probably eat it around 4. And then I'll save my third meal for post-workout. So I have a little something in my stomach, and then I can go home and not feel famished and in a rush to eat, and I can get my food cooked. I feel like cooking hungry is the worst thing ever because you kind of just neglect the details, and man, the details really make your food good, in my opinion. Or at least that's how like Michelin star chefs are, and I'm not calling myself a Michelin star chef, but those are people who are really passionate about creating the most enjoyable food and experience with food. And I am a foodie, so I'm doing everything I can to, you know, put those flavors, put those things in that I enjoy the most. No one has to eat like this. I just watched Ronnie Coleman's eating videos because every once in a while I like to just remind myself how extreme that guy was. And he microwaved like half of his meals. Most of them were like grits and egg whites. And then he'd like just eat some steak patties depending on what time of the year it was, if he was prepping or not, chicken. You know, it just wasn't super exciting in terms of textures and flavors, and that's fine. You know, there's almost a bit of awe from that. But once again, I am not that guy. So omelet's almost done. Just got to throw my 6 teaspoons, Lord have mercy, that would be a lot of mustard, 6 tablespoons. I'm going to put our Dijon on here. I just bought more, thankfully, so, okay, this is a little annoying. Right when you get to the end of the container is the worst. You're like trying to shake it out, and it's just making those fart noises. Come on, baby. We can do it. I know there's 30 grams in here. On the dot. Oats are done. Let's check. Okay, it's only slightly jiggly. Should be almost perfect timing to flip it, serve it. I'm going to mix in these cocoa powders and espresso powder. 14 grams of cocoa powder for this particular kind of cocoa. I'm not sure if they're universal. I feel like some cocoa powders have more fats in them. But 14 grams of that, 1 gram of espresso powder. Chocolate and espresso coffee type flavors go really well together. They kind of enhance one another. So if you want to get more of that chocolate flavor out, it's a great way to do it. Sweetener, we're going to throw our sucralose in. My clients have both had really good leg days this week, so you know that means it's my turn to have a really good leg day. We got to kick some ass today. Pretty excited. We're fueled up. We're consuming about just under 400 grams of carbs a day on training days and about 350 on non-training because I don't have an intra-workout to drink when I'm not working out. I don't traditionally do cardio on leg days, but I'll definitely stretch today. I like doing cardio just to like open up the joints, warm up the body. I do not move much at all during the day. I kind of just sit at the desk and, you know, vegetate. Occasionally get up to clean stuff and put things away, but it's just not much activity. So I'll spend my midday getting prepared for my training session, and I'll train around 5 p.m. Unfortunately, that's when the gym is the busiest, but it's okay. You know, just make it work. All right. You know, it's all about making it work. You know, you're not always going to have your best days when you're working out. And that's why you just got to focus on giving all you got. Because if that's all you got to give today, that's okay. Your body doesn't know. It just knows it worked hard. And if it works hard, it adapts. Very satisfying. Beautiful omelet. Only a slight crisp. It's like an aesthetic crisp. Not so much a, damn, what is this guy doing sort of crisp. All right. Move it towards the center of the pan. I'll just show you guys finished product. Not bad. Looks pretty good. Maybe I'll take a photo of it, make that the thumbnail. I don't know how to attract more people to the videos. I'm trying to use like good tags and stuff that might be helpful, but I feel like that only has so much of an effect. But this is my 110 gram protein breakfast. Chocolate egg white oats, egg white omelet with chicken. There we go. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Enjoy.